you're an author, you know, you want to be sort of up there with the doyens of great people, and you kind of wonder particularly what company you will land with, you know, whose sort of a space on the shelves you will be alongside. For this particular author, it's not looking particularly cracking, let me tell you. He's going to be sharing shelf space because he is with the same company that are publishing the likes of Pamela Anderson and Paris Hilton's tell-all autobiographies. So you can see exactly how this particular imprint of HarperCollins really does take literature seriously. But of course, as we now know, this particular book, which is apparently going to be circling once again and looking deeply into the British monarchy, has to sell copies. The last book, if you remember, was one book that both Harry and Meghan claimed publicly that they had nothing to do with. In fact, said author and authoress also backed up that claim. All proven to be liars in court. They did assist via their communications director. But once again, of course, and as ever, we have to say allegedly, mysteriously, the court decided in their favour. Not quite sure if it would work out the same for you and me. But now there's an even crueler rumour circulating to try and up the pre-sales of said book. And as ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. Hope you're well today. And I don't know if you've seen this rumour circulating, but apparently this is the story. You see, in order to sell more copies of said book, this particular author allegedly could be revealing exactly who, yes, who the royal racist was. Now, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because if you recall that particular conversation with Prince Harry, he stated that he would never, ever reveal that particular conversation. She said several conversations. They couldn't even get the story right in front of Oprah Winfrey. And let's not forget that she cited it was their truth, not necessarily the truth. If that's the route they're going to go down, it's going to be very tricky for said publisher, Day Books. And they're going to have some very strong lawyers. You see, this particular cruel and untrue rumour about the royal racist was even put towards His Royal Highness Prince William on a walkabout after visiting a charity. That's how bad things got. Of course, nobody bothered to reprimand or indeed redirect the actual truth. As you recall earlier this year, when Prince Harry sat down to promote his own book, he claimed that they never called anybody racist at all, leaving even his best chum, Tom Bradbury, absolutely stunned, speechless in fact, for words. But it gets more interesting now because whatever they decide to write, this particular author, it's going to be very difficult to prove. And this could be the turning point that truly opens a deck of cards. If you truly want my thoughts on this, I believe it's nothing more than a PR spin. They would not reveal anything like that because it's simply not true, and they simply cannot back it up. Either way, what's going to be interesting is how they back down from this publicity spin, leaving something a lot flatter than a Pancake Tuesday. You get the picture. But for now, many people are buying into this. And of course, with books even more harder to sell in a cost of living crisis, and not that many people willing to take up the offer to serialize the book for that much money, it's going to be very tricky in order to make this stick, and more importantly, garner any interest in a story that we truly all know the truth about, but more importantly, simply never happened. Perhaps they could find space on the shelf, once again, in the fiction section. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.